And streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A new era at the Vatican, why the new Pope's name and values are resonating with Catholics worldwide and here locally. A father now facing serious charges after a tragic incident at a Wisconsin school. What investigators say they found inside the family's home. Plus, major changes coming to the U.S. military. Why around 1,000 service members are now being forced out after a Supreme Court decision.
And I hope you all enjoyed the rain that we had over the last week, because over the next several days, high pressure is going to be returning overhead. We're going to say goodbye to the rain and hello to the sunshine, and maybe hello to a little heat. All that in the weather coming up.
And who will be today's athlete of the week? Find out later in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and happy Friday. We're just a few days from Mother's Day. Hope you guys have already planned your gifts, some special time with Mom.
That's right. We actually got some nice weather coming our way this weekend, but I hope you all have enjoyed the rain we've had the last several days, because that is going to be cutting off over the next several days, and we're looking at a lot of sunshine. Not right now, though. If you're tuning in with us this morning, looking live in Victoria, we actually have a little bit of cloud cover that's developing over us this morning, thanks to all the humidity high. That's thanks to all the rainwater that is still in the ground right now. But we are a little bit cooler this morning, if you believe that. Even with the cloud cover, we're starting at 66. That's because we have a very, very weak cool front blowing through us right now, with winds sustained at about 5 to 10 miles an hour coming out of the north. And with the front kind of blowing through us right now, like I said, very weak. We do have just a few spotty showers out there. Most of it is focused right here in northern Victoria County. So, some of it was in southern Jackson County, but we do have this one more moderate shower headed southeastward toward Louise, and then possibly Ganado over the next 20 minutes. So y'all get ready for that. Otherwise, not really expecting too much rain right there, because we have the front blowing through. Going to bring us some drier weather. So if you're sending your kiddos out the door, it's going to be just like it is right now. Pretty nice out there, and we're looking for actually a nice afternoon. All those details coming up next.
Robert Prevost became the first American in history to be elected Pope in the Catholic Church. The Chicago-born missionary chose the papal name Leo XIV. It was a historic day in Vatican City. Pope Leo XIV made his first appearance in St. Peter's Square after being elected as the 267th pontiff of the Catholic Church. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost was elected on the fourth vote by members of the papal conclave meeting inside the Sistine Chapel. After emerging, Pope Leo XIV spoke to the crowd and the world in both Italian and Spanish. The new pope takes his name after the last Pope Leo, who valued hardworking people, continuing the teachings of Catholic society as well. Local priest Kirby Havalti calls the new pope humble and the perfect candidate since he's familiar with the Vatican system. Havalti says he was surprised and grateful the Cardinals picked Prevost as the new leader.
It's history. I mean, it's history in the making. History I thought we'd never see. Most of us thought we'd never see it. So it's exciting. It's just overwhelming. It's incredible, really. It's incredible that the Holy Spirit would just do this. The Holy Spirit would choose this man to lead us.
Father Havalti says Pope Leo XIV might be faced with many challenges, but believes he's ready for them. Pope Leo XIV is making history not only as the first U.S.-born pope, but also the first Peruvian American to be elected to the papacy. Local teacher Kimberly Merlin, who shares Peruvian roots, says she believes the new pope will carry on much of Pope Francis's legacy. Merlin had a deeply personal encounter with Pope Francis back in 2016. She says he blessed her marriage, her pregnancy, and had a lasting impact on her life.
It's not an easy position and he is at right now to lead the church. So I think we all should pray for him, pray for his intentions.
Merlin says she teaches her children how to serve and be kind to others, just as Pope Leo XIV and Pope Francis would do. The U.S. and China are scheduled to hold tariff negotiations this weekend in Switzerland. Leaders from both nations will meet face-to-face for the first time since the onset of the trade war. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says his goal is to ease tensions between the world's two largest economies. Experts warn that American consumers could soon face supply shortages and rising prices. We'll go to Washington for more later. Now to Wisconsin, where disturbing details have come to light about a fatal school shooting. The father of the girl police say carried out the attack is now under arrest.
This morning, the father of the teen police say shot and killed 2 people at a Wisconsin school is under arrest. 42-year-old Jeffrey Rupnow now charged with contributing to the delinquency of a child and providing a dangerous weapon to a person under 18. Back in December, police say his 15-year-old daughter opened fire at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, killing a teacher and a student and injuring 6 others before turning the gun on herself.
We do know the teenager had a fascination with weapons and school shootings.
Officials now revealing she kept what appeared to be a cardboard model of the school in her bedroom.
The items recovered were disturbing, they were alarming, and they would have led any average person to the concern of violence.
They say the gun was legally purchased by her father and that he'd been trying to bond with his daughter through guns. It's the latest school shooting case where a parent is being held accountable. Jennifer and James Crumbly were sentenced to up to 15 years in prison after their son killed 4 students at his Michigan high school. And Colin Gray faces murder charges after his son allegedly killed 4 people at a high school in Georgia. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
President Donald Trump is calling for a 30-day unconditional ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. He warns that the U.S. could impose more sanctions if the ceasefire isn't honored. The move comes after a call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump says the two discussed the ceasefire plan during their conversation. Zelensky says Ukraine is now waiting on Russia to respond. About 1,000 transgender service members are now being forced out of the military. The move is expected to happen within the next 30 to 60 days. It follows a Supreme Court decision allowing the Trump administration to enforce its ban on transgender personnel. The Defense Department says it will immediately begin discharging openly transgender troops and give others 30 days to come forward. Officials also plan to review medical records to identify service members who haven't disclosed their status yet. Remember, follow us on YouTube, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now, let's get a look at our clock up here. It's 6:37 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. A local school district is recognizing some outstanding educators. Find out who's being honored this year.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is set to meet with Chinese counterparts tomorrow in what's expected to be the first trade talks since the trade war began. I'm Christiane Cordero in Washington with the latest coming up.
And also coming up next after the break in the short-term forecast, we're going to have some, thanks to the cool front, we're going to have some nicer afternoons and also some cool mornings this weekend. So coming up next, I'll tell you just how warm and cool it'll be near you.
On this week's Community Crossroads, from Girl Scouts gearing up for a big event to the YMCA's winning game plan for kids. And we've got a free family activity that's fun for all ages. Plus, Miss Texas Universal Miss shares her inspiring small town story.
I want other girls to know that they are strong and they are confident and they are beautiful.
Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Friday. It's weekend time, y'all. You're looking live at a very pretty sunrise that's coming over us this morning in Cuero. Look at all the pretty colors out there. And if you're going to go see that sunrise, it's actually pretty nice as well. 64 to start out the day, all thanks to that wind that's blowing through. It looks like it's calmed a little bit in Cuero, but we do have that north wind blowing through, providing us with a little bit lower humidity and a very nice weekend. We'll look at those details here in a second, because that very, very weak cool front that is still blowing through us right now is also providing us with just a few spotty light to very moderate showers out there right now. We're talking about y'all that are located along Highway 59 and right here just northeast of Victoria. We got a shower right there, but also west of El Campo and coming up towards Wart as well. But I do think rain activity for the rest of today is going to look just like that, trending that way in the morning time, because here's your future tracker here. Here's 7 a.m. about half an hour away from now. 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Like I said, I think there will be just a few more spotty to isolated showers, kind of like what we're seeing out there right now for the rest of the morning time before the clouds and the rain are cutting off today, down to some mostly sunny skies, and that'll be with us for the rest of today. Up until about 5 p.m. we'll pick up some partly cloudy skies and maybe another 10% chance to see maybe 1 or 2 showers in our far western counties. But underneath that beaming sun today, it's actually going to be a nice day thanks to the winds gusting up to about 25 miles an hour out of the north at times. We're looking for highs getting only to the low 80s for most today, and it'll stay like that this weekend with cool mornings, but then we're right back in the 90s next week, and all of that's coming up next.
All right, Klaus, so it's great to be back here in the state of Texas, and I had a good time celebrating my sister's graduation out there in Pennsylvania. Enjoyed seeing some family as well, but now I'm back in town. I'm going to give you this week's Athlete of the Week, and we're giving it to Goliad's Cord Zamza as he broke 2 records there, the 300-meter hurdles there at State this past weekend in Austin. So yesterday I caught up with Cord to see how he felt breaking his own record and how his older sister, Ashton Zamzo-Mahler, there helped him along the way.
It helps a lot that I had experience being there the past 2 years. You know, going there as a freshman and a sophomore helps a lot to just like you've been here before. I can just chill out. And one time this summer for she had a little speed camp and I went to that. She helped me out a lot with my hurdle technique because I needed a lot of improvement with my hurdle technique, and she helped me out a lot. She had me go faster through the hurdles, which helped me improve to get faster too.
Cord also competed in the 4x400-meter relay as well at State, and he placed well too at that event too as well. He's just a junior right now. He's going to be back for his senior year next year there for the Goliad Tigers, and I know he wants to keep breaking more and more records there in the future. This is Max Williams, 25 News Now Sports.
American and Chinese negotiators will sit down tomorrow to discuss a possible trade agreement. And new this morning, Trump floats cutting Chinese tariffs to 80% ahead of the weekend meeting as he looks to de-escalate the trade war.
It's expected to be the first trade talks between the world's 2 largest economies since President Trump imposed steep, sweeping tariffs. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Chinese counterparts are set to meet in Switzerland tomorrow. Trump, who earlier this week said he will not budge on his 145% tariffs on imports from China, as demanded by Beijing for substantial negotiations, yesterday suggested that number may drop.
Well, it could be. I mean, we're going to see right now. You can't get any higher. It's at 145, so we know it's coming down.
The meeting comes on the heels of a trade deal announced between the U.S. and the United Kingdom, expected to be finalized in the coming weeks.
The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers.
Trump's 10% tariff on British imports stays, but as part of the deal, the administration has lowered the tariff on autos from 25% to 10% for the first 100,000 British cars sent to the U.S. The tax on steel and aluminum is also expected to go down. The optimism clear from both leaders, but some economists are still urging caution.
We're still in a highly uncertain economic situation. We haven't seen a lot of detail. And also because Trump in the past has gone back on deals that he's made with countries.
Regarding the meeting with China tomorrow, Trump said he wants this to be more than just an icebreaker and wants to see something substantive come out of it. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We want to know, do you think the U.S. and China will reach a trade agreement? All right, let's take a look. 68% of you say yes, and 32% of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Victoria ISD has named its Teachers of the Year. Shelly Mordecai has been honored as the Elementary Teacher of the Year. She teaches 4th grade reading and language arts at O'Connor Elementary and is celebrated for her energetic and creative style, including her well-known Frogtastic classroom theme. District officials say she brings learning to life by helping students connect with the world beyond their classroom walls. Graduation season is here and we're celebrating the class of 2025. Today we congratulate Caden from Victoria West High School. Congrats, Kay. We are so proud of you. Keep reaching for the stars. Love Mom, Dad, and Cameron. Congratulations to Cole from Smith STEM Academy. The stars are the limit. Mom, Dad, and your brothers are proud of you. And congratulations to Peyton from Victoria East High School. Congratulations, Peyton. Graduation is not the end, it's the start of an exciting journey. We're so proud to watch you embark on this new adventure. We love you, kiddo. Submit a photo and a heartfelt message for your grad through June 13th, and we'll feature our area grads on air and on social media. Go to our contest page, crossroadstoday.com, click the entertainment tab, then select contest to submit and show your pride. The time is now, let's get a look at our clock. It's 6:47 on our Friday morning. Still to come on Sunrise. It's a high-tech battle happening on your computer screen. Scammers using AI to create fake virus alerts. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Aaliyah. Happy second birthday. I hope you enjoy your day. Love from Grandma, Grandpa Rodriguez, Great-Grandma, Great-Grandpa, Aunt B, Aunt Kat, and Mom.
Oh, happy birthday, Aaliyah, from all your family. And also happy birthday to Zay. Happy 17th birthday.
And happy birthday to Imogene. Oh, we forgot about Nikki. I knew we were forgetting something. Happy birthday to Nikki. Happy birthday, my Nikki. Have a wonderful day. Love you from Grandma.
And here's Zay. Happy birthday, Zay. Happy 17th birthday.
And happy birthday to Imogene. Happy 90th birthday to our mom. Love from Scott and Sandra.
And sing us a song, Piano Man, and celebrate your birthday and a New York state of mind. Singer-songwriter Billy Joel is 76 today.
And happy birthday to Richard. I want to shout out a big 60th happy birthday to Richard and many more to come.
Happy birthday, Richard. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, just head on over to crossroadstoday.com, click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
The time is now 6:48 on our Friday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
Or this weekend. That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I hope y'all enjoyed the rain that most of us had for the last several days, because that's going to be cutting off, and the sunshine is going to be replacing it over the next several days, bringing us a little bit of warm weather next week, which we'll look at here in a second, because over the next few days, we're talking about this weekend, we're actually going to be looking a little bit nice, actually, with just a tad bit warm afternoons, highs in the low mid 80s. That's going to be because of the cool front that is blowing through right now, all thanks to that low pressure system that we've been talking about all week long. It's all over the Dixie Alley states of Mississippi and Alabama, and also over Louisiana. And we're going to be on the backside of that low, receiving the northerly winds and a cutoff of the rain chances, and bringing back the sunshine with winds coming off the mountains. But that's going to bring our highs, like I said, pretty nice for the next few days. Looking at 84, I'm thinking here Victoria. The rest of Texas is looking pretty nice as well, highs in the 70s and 80s. And that will continue going into tomorrow, Saturday. Actually a little bit cooler down here in Victoria. I think at 82 for the high. Everybody else is sticking in the low 80s for highs tomorrow and on Sunday. But here's the really interesting, the cool, temperature cool part. Lows on Sunday morning and also on Monday morning are going to be in the mid and upper 50s. So I might even maybe recommend a light jacket, but that will quickly disappear as we go into next week, because southerly winds will return, and that'll bring our low temperatures back into the upper 60s, low 70s, and high pressure returning coming off of Mexico, returning right over our heads next week, is going to bring back the sunshine continued and back the 90s. High temperatures, yeah, we're going to be a little bit warm. And all that's going to lead me to today's weather poll. Today I ask you, after a week of rain chances, are you glad to see a dry forecast ahead? And it looks like majority are now voting no, you're not looking forward to the hot 90s. But thank y'all so much for taking part in today's weather poll. For future weather polls, go to crossroadstoday.com/vote weather to participate, and I'll always read those answers on Sunrise. Now, high pressure is going to bring back the heat, but it is also going to act as a source of good news. It's going to act as a shield for anything that does try to form in the tropics, to which I have a 10% very low confidence of something forming right here from May 16th to the 21st. And we're going to look at all that and more later on Sunrise.
Scammers are using artificial intelligence to fool people online. And now Google says it's fighting back with AI of its own. The company says its Gemini system can now spot so-called tech support scams. Those are the pop-ups that warn your computer has a virus and urge you to click for help or download software. Google is also upgrading its Chrome browser to flag suspicious sites in real time as users surf the web. A new class action lawsuit has been filed against Minnesota-based United Health Group. A group of shareholders brought the suit in New York on Wednesday, accusing the company of misleading investors by failing to update its financial forecast after the murder of United Healthcare CEO. The lawsuit also claims public outrage grew over the company's denial of claims and that United Health didn't reflect changes in its business strategy or accurately forecast net earnings. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. President Trump is taking his immigration fight to the highest court in the land. What's at stake for families? President Donald Trump's administration is pushing the Supreme Court to end a humanitarian parole program that allows citizens from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela to temporarily live and work in the United States. The administration has filed an emergency appeal aiming to overturn lower court rulings that have blocked Trump's immigration policies. Trump signed the executive order on his first day in office. The White House ousted the head of the Library of Congress Thursday. Carla Hayden, who held the title of Librarian of Congress, still had about a year and a half remaining on her 10-year term. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries called the firing a disgrace. Hayden made history as the first woman and the first black person to lead the library. The White House has not explained the reason for her dismissal. A federal court ruled Thursday that Alabama engaged in gerrymandering. The court found the 2020 congressional map purposefully split black voters and that a fairer map would have created a second black majority district. A new temporary map for 2024 now includes 2 districts with black representation. The Department of Homeland Security announced that acting FEMA Administrator Cameron Hamilton has been removed from his post. This comes just a day after Hamilton rebuked the Trump administration, saying in a congressional hearing that he does not support eliminating FEMA. Hamilton, who was appointed by Trump, was reportedly escorted out of FEMA's headquarters Thursday. The Texas House advances a bill that would prohibit land sales to people and entities from certain countries. You can read this story by the Texas Tribune on CrossroadsToday.com. We want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's take a look at our forecast. Parker, are we going to have fun in the sun this weekend?
Yes, we will. It's pretty cloudy right now. You can see we've got lots of clouds over the coast this morning and also in our inland counties thanks to the front that is still blowing through right now. Very weak front, I should say, because we're only 69 in Port Lavaca and the humidity is still high down there. But inland counties, we're in the low mid 60s. And also in the inland counties, we have a little bit of isolated spotty showers out there like I was talking about. Chances for this morning are going to be at 10%, kind of like what we're seeing right now. Just a few light, moderate showers, kind of spotty to isolated nature right now. But as you can see, all that is heading southward into the Gulf, which will cut off by the time we get to the afternoon. We'll look at that forecast in a second because today it's going to be a nice day. So fishers and boaters looking for slightly choppy waves, 1 to 2 feet height with you gusts up to 20 knots at times. High tide's going to be this afternoon. Port Lavaca looking for high of 84 this afternoon. Underneath the mostly sunny skies, slightly breezy winds gusting up to 25 at times. Same thing for all of that in Victoria. I'm thinking 84 and about also the same in Cuero, 83 for today. But don't get used to that super nice weather that's coming away for Mother's Day weekend because next week high pressure returns and the sunshine continues and we're back in the 90s.
All right, thank you, Parker, and thank y'all for joining us. Join Shauna, Don, Maclovio, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. And stay tuned for Good Morning America. They're live from the weekend.